is a Bramble Jam podcast. Hi, I'm Bran, and I love Hallmark New Year, New Movie movies.
Hi, I'm Jax, and a year ago, I was still on the Hallmark payroll.
I'm Dan, and I despise New Year, New Movie, Hallmark movies, and this is the
Deck the Hallmark podcast. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Be honest, Jack.
Yeah.
The whole thing with Hallmark and you leaving was really more of like a Red Scare communism thing. They had you on some Deck the Hallmark list. Like they heard that you had guessed it a number of times, and like you got like blackballed because you were on this list because you like are friends with us. And so what happened is they're like, you got to go. There's nothing we can do about it. That's what happened.
When you said leaving rather than getting booted out, yeah, that's generous. Yeah, they did find out. Yeah, in my exit interview, they were like, "So, what do you really think of Deck the Hallmark guys?" I'm like, "I love them," and they're like,
That's right.
"Get out of here."
I knew it.
I don't want to say like she did the Mystery 101 episode.
That's right.
And then
That's
a
true.
month later,
they announced it. I'm
So
serious.
I don't want to.
Man, there it is.
I'm sorry.
Man, we did it.
Oh wait, you know what actually is funny though that I can reveal?
I love it.
It obviously has nothing to do with it, like all jokes aside, but 2 days after that aired is when I found out they weren't renewing the Bubbly Sash.
Wow.
So it was immediately on the heels of the Mystery 101 in question. Just saying.
Man, that is, you know what they said? They were like, you know what? We listened to the episode and we don't feel like we can produce something of that quality.
But and I can take this out if I need to, but you had to get permission, right?
To be on the show.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's okay. It's okay to say it. Yeah. Yeah. We, if we wanted to guest on other shows, we asked for, permission. And
So it wasn't just our show. It was any show. It wasn't just ours.
Oh, yeah. No. Absolutely. To do other stuff. It was highly encouraged that we just run it past them. So it wasn't just your show. No, I mean, I think we like you guys.
Yeah. Well,
good to know. It's good to know.
Anyway.
Yeah. Can I do Deck the Hallmark? Yes. Did it 2 days later.
Gone. Yeah. That doesn't sit well.
Paint a good picture.
No, it
I'm
does
just
not.
saying. New year, new us, new here we go.
That's right.
Hey, Jax, it's great to see you. Panda's not here today, everybody. Panda, we were getting ready for the night.
That's right.
And
Yeah,
Panda messaged us and he said, guys, what if you got Jax today instead of me?
That's right.
And we were like, that seems weird, buddy.
Panda's on his dream road trip with Rob Thomas and Johnny Resnick and John Foreman.
That's
That's where he is.
That's right. And they're just listening to the music. He was talking about life. He was in the Southwest.
That's right.
And
he said he was going to stop in Hatch, New Mexico. Blew
right.
right through it.
Blew right through it. He said, I don't know if you remember this. He said that the Grand Canyon was overrated.
Overrated.
He decided to go give it another chance.
And they all sang a 4-part harmony
at
the Grand Canyon. And we don't have that audio, but we are getting it from what I understand.
Yes, we're getting it.
Thank you, Trace.
You're welcome. Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
So Panda's not here today, but everything's fine, everybody.
He sends his best wishes. And he said, this is coming in from Trace, best movie of all time, better than Taking a Shot at Love. 10 of 10 would recommend.
Wow.
Emmy for Jen Lilly and Nelson Wong.
Wow.
Unbelievable. That's what I got.
He said all of that.
That's the word I got from Panda.
Wow.
Yeah, which is
amazing.
bold. And he is a hot taker. So that does not surprise me.
Well, we'll get to it. First movie of the year, Where Your Heart Belongs is the name of the title.
Yeah, it is.
I keep looking at my notes, thinking maybe I'll remember it, and then I never do. And I always have to keep going back to my notes. Where Your Heart Belongs is the name of the movie. But a big shout out to Jax because we found out that Panda was on the road trip, and we messaged Jax with about a movie amount of time to go, and she watched the movie, and here she is. I mean, an absolute legend. MVP. An absolute legend. And so I'm going to give you the floor and let you tell everybody about the bundle game. Now's the time.
Yeah, everyone should buy my personalized board game Tyler Hines rubbed his body all over several of the bundles at Christmas Con. This is not a joke. And they're still available. www.thebundlegame.com. User code DeckTheHallmark for 10% off.
That's exactly
I
right.
love
10%
it.
off Deck the Hallmark. Now, will they know if they get one of the Tyler Hines body parts rubbed?
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Things have taken a
everybody.
turn here.
Hold on, everybody. Hold
we
on.
have like severed limbs.
Yeah.
of-
No.
I got a bundle game and a thumb. What's going on here?
I got a bundle game and a half-chewed toothpick from Tyler Hines.
Oh no, that would actually sell for some money.
That would.
Yeah.
Will they? So Tyler took some bundles and did a little like scrub-a-dub-dub. Will they know if they get a scrub-a-dub?
Okay, I gotta be honest, those sold within literal seconds of that ending, so I don't have any. But maybe support females in business.
There it is.
Yeah, that's right.
That's going to bring people out very similarly
Rather than
to
Tyler
Yeah.
Hines.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, but there's a couple things that really bring the people out. Tyler Hines rubbing his body and women in business.
That's right.
I think both of those things.
6 of one, half dozen of
That's
the other.
that's
really.
what I've always
Yeah.
said.
The Venn diagram when it like coincides.
That's right.
in the
Yeah, it's
middle.
just one circle.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
unbelievable.
amazing. It's beautiful. But bundle game's great. We need a Deck the Hallmark themed bundle game.
Yeah, when's that? Like, I'll fund. We can.
I mean, I
fund that.
guess we could order it because that's what the bundle
All
game is. You can do
I mean, all you would need to do is give us permission to make one.
permission granted.
That's
Yeah.
all it takes. You
Go
guys.
for it. Seriously.
I know we have a very long like licensing process.
Yeah. You got
but-
to meet with our lawyers.
So
It's all the
we'll
thing.
get you in contact
Wait,
with the
what
lawyers.
What if I didn't act it out for you right now and see if you can guess? I know not everyone
Ooh.
it's not a visual medium, but you should be able to guess it quickly because it's one of your segments. That's a big
Okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. Here we go.
Two
Two
words.
words.
First word.
First word. Hot take.
Hot take.
Hey.
Woohoo!
I love it.
Man, so fun.
Man.
Deck the
Order
Hallmark.
your Deck the Hallmark bundle today. 10%
love it.
off.
That's the homework. That's the promo code.
But the bundle you can actually, but to be clearer, you could, the people themselves could make their own Deck the Hallmark bundle game because it's a personalized game. So they could, if they really wanted to, they could.
Yeah, they could make their own Deck the Hallmark game with not only with all the personalized stuff, because you fill out a bundle blueprint where you answer questions, you go through the whole thing, but not only could they do it for all the fun stuff they love about you guys, but if they have inside jokes with the double deckers, they could put those inside jokes in their Deck the Hallmark game if they're going to play, like, go real niche with the real deep cut. Of like super Deck the Hallmark fans.
Wow. That'd be a good idea, actually.
I don't hate it at all. I don't hate it. Let's talk about this afterwards. Where Your Heart Belongs. Is everybody ready to go?
Sure.
Born ready.
Where Your Heart Belongs originally aired on that prime spot of January 1st, 2022.
2022.
And it went a little something like this. Mackenzie is a marketing director.
Is she?
I think.
Are we sure?
Who seems surprised when she finds out that influencers are popular despite not being authentic. She is meeting with her friend Olivia, and her friend is like, well, hey, I've decided to move my wedding up to only 2 weeks away. So we got to go to our hometown early. Mackenzie hasn't been to her hometown since her mom's funeral, and she immediately bumps into an old fling named Dylan. That's who Dylan is. Dylan, it's clear that they have quite the past. Dylan works with Mackenzie's dad, tapping trees for syrup. Mackenzie and Dylan end up spending a lot of time together because they're like co-wedding planners for the wedding. And Mackenzie gets a call from her assistant, and he's like, you should use this wedding that you're planning as a way to remind people who you are and what you do or something. I don't know. But none of the things that she could do for the wedding for publicity are the things that Olivia wants. Like the wedding dresses aren't her style. the DJ doesn't play the Macarena, all that type of stuff. So it's a real sticky situation, kind of like the syrup business. Am I right, y'all? I'm right. Dylan still feels a spark with Mackenzie, but he's nervous because she's a big city girl now. Can a big city girl and me spark things together? I don't know. I'm just a syrup guy. But they end up having quite the slow dance together at a bar. And then the next day they go bowling. So who wouldn't want to leave the big city for fun like this? They end up kissing, though. Don't worry. Talk about a strike. Am I right, boys? But she finds out that her dad's business is in trouble. And apparently Dylan wants to take over the business. She gets really upset about this.
The envelope that says foreclosure on the
Yeah.
front? Okay.
She gets really upset about this because it's her family's farm, not a Dylan farm. But Dylan tells her that he doesn't want to change the farm. He just wants to, make more money by using modern equipment so that they can make more syrup. But he says all of this, and he wants to do this with her. And somehow she is still very upset by this. Then she gets a call that she lost another client to an influencer. Ugh. So she agrees to let the DJ that doesn't do the Macarena do the wedding. And she gets a call that something happened with her dad, and she runs home, and Doogie Howser's there, and he's like, everything's going to be okay. I sent him to his room. He's good. He had a heart attack, though, but the kind of heart attack that allows you to just stay in your own bed immediately. Isn't that the dream? Her dad then encourages Dylan to finally make a move on his daughter and tell her how he really feels. Apparently, the DJ that she hired did a pre-party and trashed the church. Olivia gets real mad at her friend for selling her friend's wedding, or her wedding, for a little internet publicity. Dylan tries to talk to her, but she's still mad at him, but won't say why, no matter how many times he asks. Her dad tells her, "You're being dumb. Dylan is trying to save the business." And she's like, "What? No way." She makes up with her friend, and they do the wedding that she wanted all along. And apparently, Olivia teams up with Mackenzie's assistants to publicize the authentic wedding, and people love it. They love an authentic wedding.
Don't they?
They love an authentic wedding. And she ends up finally making up with Dylan, and they make up and they kiss, and everybody's happy. And I hope that her dad does well in life. And that, my friends, was Where Your Heart Belongs.
We did it.
We did do it, everybody.
We did.
Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back to break this movie down with 4 segments here on Deck the Hallmark. Yeah. We're back, everybody.
Baby.
Where Your Heart Belongs. I got it. I didn't have to look for my notes on that one.
Really good. Dude.
Where Your Heart
really
Belongs, the first movie of the year. On the first day of the year. Jen Lilly, Christopher Russell, both of them friends of the show. Good people. Let's talk about the movie.
Trying to remind
I wanted to remind myself,
friend of the
all
show,
of us here,
great human beings. Nelson Wong, friend of the show.
I think everybody that is a part of this movie is dope. Let's talk about this movie. Let's break it down with 4 segments. We're going to start with a hot take. And Jackson, I'm going to let you lead off here. What'd you think? You are fresh as a daisy. You just watched this movie before hopping on. What'd you think of Where Your Heart Belongs?
So I actually think can I say from the vibe I'm getting in the chat and from the energy in the room right now, I feel like I actually really liked this, and now I'm questioning.
Oh boy.
Yeah, like
hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Listen, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, you be you.
Christmas Promise almost made my top 5. Listen, you be you.
And you know
you
what?
be authentic to who you are.
Only that, and say I stand by it, and you'll really be Panda.
That's exactly right. Just say I stand by it. That's exactly right.
Okay, here's my hot take. I wasn't particularly enthused about this, and I didn't watch it on New Year's Day. Even though I love all the major players, I was like, That doesn't look like it's for me. I love Christy Wolf. I love Nelson Wong, LaTanya Williams, Jen Lilly, Christopher Russell, the whole gang. I like them all, but I just didn't think this movie was going to be that charming. But I actually thought it was fun. Any movie that starts off with Nelson Wong at the top being silly and fun, you've got me in. But I will say that I was angry a few times about how they referenced the big bad city that I happen to live in, which is why I'm sitting in front
No,
of
that's a green screen behind you, and we all know it. You're in the middle of Pennsylvania. Don't act like you're in the city. Stop it.
I mean, very often I am in the middle of Pennsylvania, so that is not untrue. And time isn't linear, so I could be there right now.
That's right.
Amen.
Deep take on that. Thank you for that. Amen. That is good all the time. But I will say that, thank you for answering that. But I will say that I did really enjoy this movie. There were lots of record scratch moments for me, but they didn't get in the way of me having a good time with it. So that's my hot take, is that all in all, glad I watched it. Thought there was good chemistry, way better banter between Jen Lilly and Chris Russell than I thought there would be. And yeah, I had a good time with that.
Good time.
Good time.
All the time.
God is good.
Thank you. All right. Yeah. Yeah, y'all. Yeah, y'all. Yeah, not this is what I'm gonna say. I've made it abundantly clear at this point in my life, I don't want another party planning movie. I'm going to make it also clear now.
Was this one, though? Was it one?
I'm going to make it also clear now. I don't want any more maple syrup tapping movies. I'm tapped out on those. Dude, I got a lot of wait what's, man. I got a lot of wait what's.
I have a book of wait what's.
And I don't know. I don't know. This is what I'm going to, I think the best way. I think this is the best way. We had a fantastic holiday season. Best Christmas slate of movies, in my opinion, we've had, and maybe ever, but at least since we've just started this show. And to go from that slate of movies, where I would say 2/3 of the movie I would watch again any day of the week, sliding into this movie, that was tough for me. It was a tough, because it was very jarring to me to go from what I would say is qualitatively just the best batch that Hallmark's ever made to this movie, which it just is. And so there we are, Dan.
God is good.
All the time.
This movie is not. And in fact, it kind of makes me question God's goodness in general. This is a tire fire of epic proportions. I don't know what else to tell you. There's a line in this movie that says, "But Dad, you're the hardest working maple syrup producer in the United States." And they say it just like that. They say, in the United States, you're the hard, and I've checked, you're the hardest one. I don't know what they're trying to do with this movie, but they haven't done it. If a movie is like a finely baked cake, this is like someone poured dirt in a dirt made cake pan and said, "Here, eat a cake." It is awful. It is a waste of talent across the board from start to finish. Even the logo decided to peace out in the middle of this movie. The Hallmark logo disappears because it's like, you know what? I can't hop along for this one. I can't do it. New movie, new year, still same bad movies. It's going to be tough. We're hot out of the gate here. It's going to be tough to top this one, Hallmark. If you got another turd bucket sitting around there that's worse than this one, this is a poker game. You are all in with this movie. It is unmitigated disaster bad. Everyone should take it off their IMDb page. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. I don't know what else to tell you. I could not have liked this movie less. Whew, boy. I just can't. I don't even know what else to say. Bran, you were too kind. And Jax, you were on drugs.
New year, new you, baby. Come on. Own it.
Well, I'm a big Bad City girl, so who knows?
You never know. Listen, Isn't that from my understanding? This is my understanding. Everybody in the big city is on drugs.
The big city full of drugs.
That's what I understand.
You texted me an hour and a half ago. I could be 3 wine bottles in. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
We have no idea.
Really, I'm drinking seltzer, but who knows?
Who knows? Who knows?
We know what seltzer really
That's
is.
right.
It's time for all the feels. It's part of the show. We talk about what in this movie gave us feels. Jax, what were you feeling?
Okay, so I did have 2 all feels moments. I thought, look, was it bonkers that her dad was still in that like cable knit sweater and recovering at home from a heart attack? Yeah.
There's so many things with that heart attack that I didn't even think about the cable knit sweater.
That's all I could think about.
That EKG, that EKG machine's underneath the sweater. It keeps it insulated. Those wires you can't see them, but they're there.
So you answered, but see, there you go. You answered that for me.
That's
that makes
great.
sense now.
Yeah.
I will say that there was something that was really moving about the way Jen Lilly played the beginning of that scene, because I think most of us, if we are lucky enough to still have our folks around, there's been a moment where you've not been sure what's going on or where there's been an emergency. And I actually thought that moment, it really hit home for me, and the way she played it. When she walked in the room, not when she left him there to die after, but beforehand, I thought the way she played the scene, I really saw in her eyes that she loved her dad. She was terrified of losing him and was bringing all the stuff up with her mom. So that for me was a genuine all the feels moment. In addition to the way Jill Morrison played that, I think, hilarious montage of her trying on wedding dresses. I think she's a super charming actor, and I enjoyed that.
Were you going to say something?
I'm going to save it for my feels. So you're good.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned the sweaters because so right before Christmas, I told my wife, I was like, wife, I want just a nice cardigan that I can wear around the house. Like when I want a nice cardigan. I want a nice one. And I got one. My wife's
the
amazing.
Cardigans that you had beforehand.
I didn't have a cardigan.
I thought you had several.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Not anymore. They're old or whatever.
Yeah,
I want a big one. I want an oversized cardigan.
Okay.
Right? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I got
right?
you.
And so my wife found me one. I love it. I've been wearing it around the house a lot. And I make everybody call me Cardi B. And so there were a lot of great sweaters and cardigans in this movie. I noticed them, and I want the wardrobe team I want you to know that I noticed them. And I was upset. I was watching at the office. I didn't have my Cardi. So I was a Cardi downer. I was Cardi down. But I'm a big Cardi boy now. So it's just kind of where I am. And so I want
Cardi boy, Cardi B.
Cardi B.
Yeah, Cardi
so
boy.
I want everyone to know that I have one, that I love it. And maybe if enough people ask, I'll wear it next week. Pull my arm, twist it, do whatever you want to with my arm. That's where I'm at. Dan?
Reach. I will say this.
Not a reach. Genuine sweater feels.
Reach.
I was sitting on the couch here in the office, and I was like, man, I wish I had my cardigan.
You do you. I will say this. For all the negative things I said about this movie, I had 2 feels. One is I did appreciate in this movie's terrible, awful, no good, very bad way that they did make a complex female lead that's just not perfect all the time. I did appreciate the fact it was very poorly executed with a million wait whats, but they didn't make someone who's perfect and always does the right thing. She screws up multiple times. She's selfish a number of times, and she has to actually learn a lesson. And that was wonderful to see. And I did appreciate that. I'd love it in a movie with just a modicum of better. And then second of all, the wedding dress scene featured the dulcet tones of one Diane Killen, who is a double-decker. The song in that scene, and man, we've heard some Christmas songs with Diane, but Diane had no idea. That
great
voice,
great track.
Your voice was out of control good.
And that song is on the forefront there. There's another track at the wedding that's kind of more muffled and there's dialogue.
Yeah.
But this was a full montage track.
This is of Diane and Michael?
Yes.
Yes.
Diane and Michael.
Good job.
I know.
and she is crushing the vocals there,
Yeah.
crushing them. And so I had feels because I was like, hey, I know them, I know her, I know Michael as well, but I also was just impressed with her vocals in the song as well. So 2 feels for Dan.
And I do want to know, like Michael mentioned, like he hasn't really said what the process was. So I think he said a couple
Now
things
that
like
they've
it
been in the movie, we just need to have them on for a full interview.
Didn't know, like he up until the movie, watching the movie live, he had no idea if the songs actually made it.
They licensed them.
They licensed the songs, but didn't know if they were going to make it. So I just want to know more about that process. Got to know.
Yeah, for sure.
Call me Cardi B. We'll be right back here on Deck the Hallmark. We're back, everybody. Didn't Cardi B did she retire early?
What? If you're coming to me for Cardi B news, then you're just coming to the wrong source.
Come on, y'all. Come on. Y'all don't remember Cardi B retired.
You're doing this, huh?
Cardi B
Cardi B.
Cardi B doesn't want Selena Gomez to retire.
Can we move on?
She retired for 2 days.
Okay. Yeah, that checks out. I'm glad we got to the bottom of that.
Thanks,
I will sleep better.
And also, I don't want
Barbara
Selena Gomez.
Streisand move where she says she's not going to tour again, but then she did like 3 times after that.
Yeah. It was the last Billy Joel, Elton John Piano Man tour for a decade. You're never going to have another chance to see these 2 legends again until July.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the way what's. And we'll start with Jax. Jax, you got any?
Okay, sorry. This is going to be really unpopular. Can I add one more feel?
Boo.
Jax, it's like you've never even done the show before.
I'm sorry, but I know this isn't going to make me a popular gal with how the reception of this movie, but I just thought it was really cute, the bachelorette party with the t-shirts from when they were little. I like seeing that whole friendship group. So I just have to say that. Shout out to that.
Fair.
Moving on to the wait what's, which I do have a few. The line being said by a stunningly beautiful, big-eyed, blonde-haired white woman, I just thought if you worked hard, you got what you wanted, is the epitome of unearned privilege in America. And I was a little bit like, oh, did you think, oh, of course you saw that.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's sweet.
No, baby girl. No, but okay. Like, so that was a wait what moment.
That was great.
Oh, okay. And my big other what was, and this is a question for you guys, if you know, why did they change the title of this movie from Love is Trending to, I am forgetting.
Where Your Heart Belongs.
That's a great question.
Now, Love is Trending makes more sense than Where Your Heart Belongs.
Now, to be clear, Love is Trending
is also a terrible name.
Doesn't make sense.
But it is memorable.
It's
a memorable name.
Because they do say it. Love is Trending. They say it in the movie.
Yeah. Love is Trending would make this a movie actually all time bad because I would remember it.
Yeah.
But Where Your Heart Belongs, it could kind of slip into the ether and I kind of forget about it. Whereas Love is Trending,
that might be the answer.
I'll bring it back up in 2026. I'll be like, it's not Love is Trending.
That's right. Love is Trending.
That's right.
Love is Trending.
That's what I'm calling it from now on.
All right. Yeah. I'll kick us off. I want to. There's a situation here where there's a baker in town that only makes chocolate and vanilla cakes. That's what she does.
Been that way her whole life.
Now, in front of Jen Lilly is a brown cake.
Yes.
And she points to it and she says, "What is this cake?" And the baker says, "Vanilla."
There's another cake that there's
white.
There's another piece of cake that's white on the table.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Okay.
There are 2 pieces of cake. There's a white piece of cake on the table.
Thank God. Thank God. Thank God.
Dude, please take some of mine. If you don't, it's just going to be worse than the hot take.
This baker, she goes up and she says, "Can I use your Wi-Fi?" And she says, "You have 5 minutes." Is she charged by the minute for her internet?
She's on that iPhone 1 plan, where every app you downloaded, they sent you like a box with the bill in it.
Yeah.
It's like every kilobyte of data. Yeah.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
I don't think there's ever been a moment where towel snapping is ever romantic. Towel snapping
His locker room
is not a thing that you.
Oh, Jax disagrees.
Jax, have you?
Oh no! He slapped her bare leg, and it sounded like it was hard.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it was hard.
It hurt a little bit.
As somebody who has been snapped,
Yeah,
a few times in a locker room or two, it is. I didn't mean anything weird by it.
You had a career in locker rooms. When I was on the locker room circuit. What are you talking about? There's so many different ways to say that sentence.
It was St. Louis, 2009. It hurt. It is never fun. It is never fun. In fact, I would say no one likes it. The boys will be boys. They'll do it all the time to each other. Stop it. We don't need to do it anymore.
No.
It's never fun for anybody, and it is never romantic. That I know of.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe some. Listen, I am never somebody to judge how much somebody eats.
That's right.
Because you know what?
That's right.
I love food and I love snacks.
I can't believe you're doing this.
But my girl said that she ate 8 s'mores.
That's impressive.
You're going to die tonight. 8 s'mores.
Who was it? Jen Lilly's?
It was Jen Lilly.
Yeah, and her dad's had his second heart attack.
We don't need to talk about.
Look,
her dad has a heart attack, and she goes to a diner and orders French fries.
I will routinely eat an entire pizza myself. 8 s'mores seems a little much.
Nobody I love s'mores. I love chocolate. I love marshmallows. I will on a regular basis.
Mini s'mores.
Maybe they're like I don't know. 8 s'mores.
I would have never.
Is a lot.
I've never brought it up. I would have never brought it up.
I'm not. Listen, if you can do it, do it. I'm just saying, I don't know anybody who could.
8 s'mores is a lot of s'mores.
Wait a minute. So if I come to do the watch party with you guys next year when you're 24 hours and I eat 8 s'mores, what will you give me?
Ooh.
I'll have a s'mores trophy made for you.
S'mores trophy.
But it's not like it's not like they're not.
She's going to train now. Jax is going to train to
like
do
the
this.
hot dog eating
That's
contest.
right. Yeah. She's going to show up and be like, "I'm ready."
But it's not like they were there. Like they were there, and then they went to a bar. And Christopher Russell says that he was still in bed by 11 p.m. So it's not like they were in there eating s'mores over and.
By that time in the movie, what was weird to me is they had made a point of always eating this great, like, rich food, which I loved. Like, I loved them not doing this thing where, like, I'm going to eat a salad. It's like, yeah, we're going to get milkshakes. We're going to get French fries. We're going to do all this stuff. It was awesome. And it was almost like it was just like, let's see how far we can push this script. How many s'mores? 4? That's crazy. 8. Double it. 8 s'mores.
Listen, I want to see it done. I don't hear what I'm not saying. Like, if you can do it, own it, do it. I love it.
Man.
I just don't know anybody who can.
It's impressive.
8 is a lot of s'mores.
8 is enough.
It's a lot of s'mores. 8's enough. That's my limit.
Yeah.
8's our limit.
Yeah. That's when you cut me off. Can you, like, in any other context, you're like, well, I've had 15 pieces of pizza. That's when you cut me off.
Yeah. Now, I unfortunately have stumbled upon the answer to this.
Oh, no.
But I was more baffled and thrown, like I couldn't even pay attention to this scene. The tiny little bowling balls with the tiny pits.
Look, it's my walk to Hallmark. Mini bowling. Is that a thing in the big city? Because I've never heard of mini bowling.
It's in the small city. It's in the small
town.
It's apparently like it is a thing. It's a thing in like Canada and like New England and stuff. Like it's a certain type of bowling. But to do that in the movie and not even like acknowledge it.
It's mini bowling.
It's just a little. Did you notice it, Jax?
You know what? Now I'm realizing maybe the reason I like this is because I just blacked out on the parts that I wasn't sure about, and everything. I just thoroughly enjoyed the parts I liked because I did not notice that.
I got to be honest. The thing that makes it worse is that Jen Lilly, who we have met numerous times, is the tiniest of all of the Hallmark leads.
Yeah.
She is like so tiny, and she's got a bowling ball in her palm like this, like it's just swallowed whole. She's like, just a giant in this scene, and you're like, what is that, a tennis ball? Like, how are they doing this? And she's bowling. It just took me out of the whole scene.
Apparently in New England it's called candlepin bowling.
Okay.
I've never
heard of it.
Never even seen it.
I wanted more info.
I wasn't even able to pay attention to that scene.
That's
like I was just so baffled.
It was weird.
Little tiny balls in bowling. There's a quote in this movie. There's a lot of quotes that
so
you can pull
in the
up.
locker room circuit.
St. Louis 2009. There's a quote in this movie. There's a lot of quotes that you could pick from this movie to point out. But this was one.
Yeah.
This is one that jumped out to me because she says, you know the old saying, if a tree falls in the forest and there's no one around to hear it, then Sullivan Farms isn't making a sound. That's, first of all, not even the saying. But you know the old saying.
Yeah, if a tree falls in the forest and no one's around, does it make a sound?
Yeah.
Is the saying, right?
That's the saying. If you know the old saying, if a tree falls in the forest and no one is around to hear it, then Sullivan Farms isn't
there's
making...
some talk in the movie about the maple trees and how long they last, and they'll be there long after they're gone. Is there something in... I don't have a clue, and I don't know why I'm defending this, but I know they had that conversation where the dad talks about how the trees are going to last for forever, like longer than the farm will last. I'm still not anywhere close, but I at least brought it into a ballpark.
You can't say you know the old saying and then make the saying your own with your name in it. That's not, it's no longer the old saying. You know the old saying.
Yeah, you know the old saying, the early bird gets shot by the hunter that's there earlier
to get the worm.
Like, what are we doing right now?
You can't use most of the words and then change it completely.
Good gravy. It's ridiculous.
You know the old saying.
You know the old saying.
Last, love is trending. Love, hashtag love
is trending.
Trending.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And they're taking credit for it.
Wow.
That's bold. It's a bold move.
Hashtag love.
To take credit for love. Now, I know somebody who can take credit for love, and it's love himself, Jesus Christ. Can I get an amen, everybody?
Amen.
But I do it all the time.
Absolutely, amen.
The first part, right? Sorry.
All the time.
God is good.
But to say that you are responsible for hashtag love is trending, that's a bold move. Dan?
It's just like saying you're responsible for love you wear.
Right. That's right. Yeah. Which no one should take credit for.
No. Guys, can we not love-you-ary? I think Alonso's the one that said, if your doctor says you have love-you-ary, ask him about, like he tweeted that, and it was a great joke. We can't do it anymore. We can't do it anymore. Just call it movies. We're doing movies. This is a February movies. We're doing these movies. Love-you-ary. Guys, we just got more movies coming out. Here they are.
Here are the movies.
Here's the movies.
Love-you-ary. Get out of town. This woman thinks her cousin is really attractive. like I am not. It's fine to know that you're trying to set two people up.
She's in love with her cousin.
It's fine.
She's in love with her cousin.
Isn't
the whole point of cousins to talk crap about them?
There are multiple scenes where she is just gushing at the physical attractiveness of her cousin. Like, man, he got hot. Like legit. like, and she checks on this situation. Like making her cousin making eyes with her friend, and she cares more about it than she does checking in on her own wedding. Like, she's getting married in like 9 days, and she's like, have you and my hot cousin gotten together yet? He's not gonna be on the market for long, if you know what I mean. Like, what is her deal? Like, it made me uncomfortable. The first time I was like, he is Chris Russell. The guy is attractive. The fourth time, I'm like, we don't need it. We just don't need it anymore.
You guys, I am from a small town, and where did you think the term kissing cousins came from?
Oh, good
let's
gracious.
all be honest with ourselves. Or not.
Whoa. I mean, I'm from South Carolina. Like, insert the joke here, but no.
Let's all be honest with ourselves.
Nobody?
Yeah.
Okay,
listen,
cool. No
yeah.
one in
I
the
mean,
chat either.
now,
Are
you
a
know,
second
it's-
cousin or a third. All right. we
I'm
can move
putting
on.
it together. Jack's like this movie. I understand it. Yeah. So yeah, that was a thing that happened.
Jack
And I
did
did-
some light Facebook stalking on her cousin during this movie.
That's right.
I wonder what
up
my
to?
hot cousin's up to.
I will say this. I did say it in my hot take, but this is true. Hallmark, if you have a movie, no matter how bad it is, and you have a new logo for your New Year, new movies, don't put it in a scene where there's a hood of a white car that blanks it out entirely. Like it was just, and we just have two little weird gold things instead of the logo. It was embarrassing. Like I was embarrassed, like just secondhand embarrassment. How did that get through all of the editing and all of the people watching the movie? Like, I get it. We're happy we have new Hallmark, but somebody better watch some dailies. Like, do something. Like, are you kidding me? How is that in there? How did it make it? It's worse than the ding to me.
No.
What are these two random gold things? Did somebody leave Microsoft Paint on during this movie? How did that happen? I don't understand it.
Nothing's worse than the ding, and we did it.
They have lunch. Jen and her best friend have lunch in the city. And it is at this lunch that her best friend springs it on her that I've got to get married in 2 weeks and you need to plan the wedding. I want to be very clear. Jen's friend did not call that lunch meeting. She didn't call it. Jen asked her to eat lunch because she's frustrated because she thinks she's going to lose her job. And she lets her vent and then goes, since we're here, let me go ahead and tell you that in 2 weeks I'm getting married and you need to plan my wedding. Bold move, Cotton. Bold move.
I didn't realize that, but you're correct.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like mad at her for having to work when she's there.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to take that time off?
Yeah. Jen is really the worst to her friend in this movie, but I just want to be clear. Her friend had a wedding in 2 weeks, wanted her to plan it, and never had a time to tell her when the wedding was coming. She just threw it in because Jen was mad about her work. That's what happened. What is Jen Lilly's job in this movie? Is it marketer? Is it podcast producer because she said she produced a podcast? Mm-hmm. Is it wedding planner? Those are three very different jobs. Your marketing person, Panda does marketing for his business. He's a marketer. That's what he does. He does not plan weddings or produce podcasts, has no ability or talent or experience doing it. None. You can't just throw all these things together and be like, yeah, she's a marketer, so she produces podcasts. Those are different things. That's not the job of a marketer, right? Am I crazy?
No, not crazy. And also I was like, wait, is she herself an influencer? Like there was lots going on that I was like, I feel like she's like a multi hyphenate at this point. Like I couldn't track that.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Well, there's a scene in this movie where Chris Russell is talking to the guy who's getting married. I don't know his name. Chief. Chief. And he's like,
Oliver?
yeah, but Oliver, sure. But like, Jen is really happy in the big city. And Oliver's like, no, that's not true. And then he says this humdinger of a line. This made it the final cut. She kind of became a busybody that never took time for themselves, if that makes sense. No, it doesn't. Can you explain it further? Why is, if that makes sense, necessary? I think we covered all the bases there, big guy. She kind of became a busybody that never took time for herself, if that makes sense to just a small town dummy dumb like you. Or do you need me to diagram the sentence and subject and verb? Good gracious. They're at the bachelorette party. It's supposedly cold outside because it's in New York and there's a fire going. And two of the girls get up and they say this. They say, we're going to go get some water to put out this fire. And we've got a couple more gifts we got to bring back. Okay. So that means they're going to come and put out the fire and give out more gifts in the cold dark, which weird. But also they never come back. They never come back. They leave to go get water to put out the fire so they can be cold for the remainder of the gift giving. And then they never come back. They're gone.
Yeah.
That's what happens to women in the big city. It's a scary place.
Exactly right.
They just leave, and that's it. And then I have two more. I'm sorry, guys. I've got two more. First of all, can we talk about the worst attorney of all time? Because Jen Lilly shows up and she's like, I need to talk about my dad's business. And he says, I can't tell you anything. Dylan has power of attorney. He's like, listen, this is a legal matter. Those records are sealed. Only the guy in charge. You're not him. I can't tell you a thing. Dylan is in charge. Dang it. Like, you can't say that. You can't say who the...
He managed to tell her everything.
That's right. Yes.
Except for information that would help her.
It's like in that SNL skit, The Password, where Kristen Wiig is always like, the word is like rice, and she's like, rice. Like, that's what it is. He's just like, listen, I can't disclose any information. Dylan's a power of attorney. Like, what are you doing, bro? Just try for once in your life. And lastly, we have to beat a dead horse, and that horse is this heart attack. I'm sorry we have to go back there. But this guy has a heart attack, goes home and gets put on cable knit sweater bed rest. And while he's there,
youngest doctor,
after the second heart attack, Chris Russell wants to have a heart-to-heart about, look, dude, you got to take this seriously. And he goes, that's 2 strikes you've had. Does he think heart attacks are like baseball? Does he think that the third heart attack you're out? Chris, 1 heart attack can kill you. It is not a 3 strikes and you're out system.
What?
This is not, no, we can't do this. We can't be like, well, it's 1 heart attack, but it's 3 strikes, you're out. You got 2 to play with. Like, the first pitch is a curve. Like, there's nothing you could do there. Like, I'm sorry, 1 heart attack, everybody gets a freebie, right? Like, everybody gets a free, like, one, I wasn't going to say anything. 1 strike, you're in great shape. But now you got 2 strikes, buddy. That third one.
But the nice thing, though, is now that he has 2 strikes, you can get a couple fouls.
That's right.
He's fine.
Yeah.
Get a couple
start really protecting the plate a little bit more with some heart healthy foods.
That's right.
I was blown away that his line was not 2 heart attacks. This is serious. It's, buddy, that's 2 strikes. And you know what happens on the third one? Because just like baseball in heart attacks, 3 strikes and you're out. Yeah. That's no. How do you live with yourself? That's terrible.
Well, that's good to know, though, for life.
It is. It's good to know. I'm going to eat 8 s'mores every night. If I can get 1 free heart attack.
Are you kidding me?
It's
technically you can get 2.
That's right, 2.
Technically.
Yeah, technically.
Get 2 free heart attacks.
Playing with fire at that point.
Why not eat 8? Good, train away, Jax. You'll be good to go.
Yeah.
Let's talk what the Hallmarks is, where we talk about what we wondered afterwards, that we'd like some questions answered. Jax, what are you still wondering about?
I'm wondering about, first, I got a corrections corner myself from one of the double-deckers that I made a couple name out of that by accident. It was actually Stuart and Olivia, not Oliver. So I'm sorry.
The fact that I thought it was Oliver immediately tells you all you need to know.
Who's Oliver?
We all were supporting each other.
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
I think what I want to know is Michelle, the bartender, who is doing some classic projecting onto Christopher Russell's character when she was like, you look thirsty. I want to know how is she doing? Has her thirst been quenched? Where was she when she found out he ended up with Jen Lilly? I think that's the big question that I have.
Somebody hired Jax for that role immediately. This right here was just perfect.
I don't know if you could tell I was up for that, but then they found out I wasn't Canadian. So.
Oh, there it is. The tax break was gone.
She did a really good job, though, so it's fine. I'm over it.
Yeah, if she really was trying to make a move on him, she should have not waited 10 minutes to bring him his beer, because there's nobody at that bar. He orders the beer and he gets it when he's playing pool, like way later. No. So, that was that didn't even make the cut for me. Like, that's how that was way down the list.
Mine with the Hallmark, I got 2. One is I got to know about this very, very elaborate tent situation that they have set up for this evening.
Yeah.
It is really something to behold. First of all, what a heck of a job they did. this isn't up all the time, right? Is this they did this just for the night?
I think that they did it just for the night.
And they built a campfire inside the tent.
Maybe they rented a place.
I don't know.
They rented a place because
it was beautiful.
It
I don't
was.
know the logistics of having a campfire in there. I think you're okay, maybe. I don't know. But I just want to know about that. And also, so Love is trending. I don't know if you've heard. What was the? So she's a marketer.
Yes,
she's a
podcast
marketer.
producer, marketer, wedding planner. You get it, but doesn't know how to social media influence.
Okay, but to Jack's point, what happened at the wedding and was put out into the ether that caused people to remember that she's good at marketing?
I don't know
either, because I think that Olivia posted from like her account, so that wouldn't make sense, right?
So was it just that are people under the impression that she created a hashtag love?
Yeah,
and that's what makes her good at marketing.
Maybe she tagged the location, and then with the DJ Love Quest that was there.
Yeah, that guy. We didn't even get into that guy somehow. Somehow he flew under the radar.
Oh, I have one more. Thank you for reminding me. So there's a big hullabaloo about the carvings on the tree. You guys remember this?
Yeah.
And the red
Whatever.
lipstick, something. And she says she cleaned up the church, but the tree is still stained. And I don't think we get an update.
We don't.
On that,
no,
the wedding happens. We don't get an update. Does she ever get that figured out?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I have a big one. Did they make a background actor play the bride's father? I believe that they did. And I feel terrible for that guy because I have been a background actor. It is a thankless job. We did it on Jen Lilly's movie. We never actually got on camera. It's a thankless job. It's long hours. You sit there. They come down. They look at the 5 outfits you brought. They pick the one you want on. They get pictures. They send them up. They're like, this is what we want. Wear it. And then they say, do the same thing over and over again. This poor guy has to be the father of the bride. And everyone in that movie is dressed in that scene to the nines. Henrik on the nines. Dressed to the nines. They have perfectly matching tuxes on. This guy's jacket and pants don't match and don't fit. And he's never gone arm in arm with anyone in his life. He is like up on the bicep.
I totally missed this. I need to watch
He doesn't have a haircut. Like he's not had his hair. Like he is not in a position to have to carry the weight that they are asking this guy who's making $100 a day to carry. And I swear to you, he's a background actor. And my heart went out to this guy. And I need to know, can somebody please tell me that he's not, and he got an actual real living salary for this, and they just didn't do him justice, because it is a tough, after we finish, go watch that scene and try not to laugh. I had to laugh to keep from crying. The poor gentleman, the poor guy who is nowhere near everyone else. You're doing it now, aren't you? You're doing it. Yep. Yeah. Guys,
what's so funny is I think I was writing something when she was walking on the aisle, and so I missed it. But if you think I didn't notice him in the background of the wedding, of course I did. Look at that guy.
He hasn't had a haircut. He doesn't know.
That guy is a legend.
There is no way he woke up this morning and said, I'm playing father of the bride in a Hallmark movie. He thought he was going to be in the wedding in a pew somewhere. And we all know it. He hadn't had a haircut in weeks, months even. That poor guy. And now something happened. Hey, Tom called in sick. You're the father of the bride. What? Shot who? I'm what now? Like, I can't. I rewound it, and I had tears in my eyes, tears of laughter, but also like this poor guy and everybody involved, even the woman who's did a great job, the redheaded best friend who was very bubbly and like charming in the movie. Like, this poor girl, like it was a mess. It was an absolute mess. And if he's a background actor, that's just unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But go watch it.
Can you share the timestamp if you have it up still, just so I can, or you can text it to me later. I need to go watch it now.
Yes. Yeah, you do. Everybody needs to go check it out because it is something to behold. And it's not like everybody else is in street clothes. Everybody else is dressed to the nines. And this guy is a mess. It is like wardrobe came and they're like, this is as good as we can do. It's tough. It's tough to watch.
He starts walking down the aisle at an hour 54:20.
But there's a scene in the foyer before.
Oh, really?
And he's in the background standing there. And I'm like, they're not going to make that poor guy do anything. There's no way.
Oh, he is. He's in the background.
Staring directly at the camera. And then
he's getting his suit ready.
Dude, I'm just telling you, it's a mess. It's a mess.
An hour 53 is probably where you're going to want to start.
Boy, howdy.
Guy, if you're out there, just email us.
Guys, it's being confirmed in the chat.
He is a background actor or he's a real actor?
It's saying the surprise boyfriend at the end was originally just an extra like we were. That might be a different person.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'll check it out in a second.
Yeah. If you are that guy, hello at Deck the Hallmark. Reach out. Let us know.
100%.
What a legend.
Oh, Lisa Ferrone, who is an extra in Taking the Reins with Elizabeth, said that happened during their filming.
Oh.
There was a surprise boyfriend at the end. Originally just a background extra, and they made him an actual person in the movie.
Wow.
So that's what happened here, and it is unconscionable. Like that poor guy went home, and it was just like he went home, and they're like, "Man, you look like you had a tough day at the office." He's like, "You're not going to believe this. You're just not going to believe."
He
it.
walked out. He got in his truck.
Yeah.
And he called up his wife. He's like, "Baby, you're not going to believe this."
That $108 hits different. That's a different $108 than everybody else earned that day. I can promise you.
Man.
I can promise
his friends. He gets to tell all his friends.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
What a legend.
This poor guy, wherever they're filming that movie in Canada, like he probably took a day off from Tim Hortons and just came in. And now he's father of the bride.
There's nothing wrong with Tim Hortons, by the way.
No, he probably would have made more staying there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true. We did, everybody. Congratulations. A lot of fun.
Yeah,
we're going to be back tomorrow. I don't know if Panda's going to be back.
Who knows?
I think he's going to be gone.
You think so?
I don't know. It's hard to say. Listen, that road trip.
That road trip will get you every time.
He's actually, I don't know if you know, he's in marketing.
Yeah, he is.
He's planning a wedding.
He produces a podcast.
He's planning a wedding.
He's producing this one through Tracy.
Yeah.
He's giving Tracy all the input.
Not good.
Not good. Oh, for you not good. That probably means it is good.
Well,
you know.
You're good. Bundle game. What's the promo code?
Deck the Hallmark. One word. All one word.
Deck the Hallmark for 10% off. And can I actually ask one more question of Hallmark? I should have included this in the segment. I wasn't allowed to say that someone was hot on the podcast, but they said it like 4 times in this movie.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to know, like,
you weren't allowed to say
that sounds like, you can just nod or blink. That sounds like a Bill Abbott move to me. Not allowed to say hot.
It was not. No, I don't know if it was a Bill Abbott move. It was just like strongly discouraged that we not say hot. And I was like, I don't think I would say hot. But now I kind of want.
I mean, we're not talking about our cousins here. Listen, hot is reserved.
Yeah.
For cousins. That's everyone knows that.
Yeah. Twice removed. First in my heart.
Thanks, guys. This is fun.
We're back tomorrow. Until then, maybe the first to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast. It's presented by Philo TV. It's produced by Brandon Gray and recorded live in, Greenville, South Carolina. Set decor is by Plum at Haywood Mall. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on Bramble Jam Podcast Network, you can go to bramblejampodcast.com.